Evening, everyone. What a brilliant turnout, and pretty decent food as well, wasn't it? I mean, I'll definitely be coming back for a bit of cheese. So there we go. So do you know what? It's brilliant, a really good turnout, but a really interesting subject as well, which I'm sure many of you will know and love. And it seems quite strange actually, because which hat I'm wearing today. So as has just been said, so my day job, I'm a group delivery director for EMIS. Many people may know that organisation, small little organisation that has most of the GPs in the country. That's something like that. And I'm also, and one of the conversations earlier really struck home, I'm also a non-exec director, so on the board for Leeds and York Mental Health Trust. So when we talk about health inequalities and sharing data, that again strikes a chord. But tonight, I'm here to talk about Leeds Community Foundation. And they've chosen me, and it's an absolute pleasure and privilege to be the chair of that organisation. So I wanted to just talk about Leeds Community Foundation. They are very well supported by organisations like BJSS and others in this room, and are also the charity partner for Leeds Digital Health and Leeds Digital Foundation. So if you haven't heard of us before, you'll hear of us now, and you'll hear what I'm going to talk about, what we do, and why it's really important. So Leeds Community Foundation, who are we? We are the largest charitable funder in the region. So we're actually a grant giver, and we support a lot of the smaller community organisations that are helping those individuals that we talked about earlier, those that are in the most challenging and difficult times. So what we do is we raise money and we support local community organisations. So not the big charities that everybody knows and loves, and keep giving to them, of course. But it's the real ones that are making a difference to individuals and making a difference to individual lives. So that's what we do. That's our big, our motto is, I'm not clicking the right thing, is about a fairer Leeds for everyone. And we also talk about, as was discussed earlier, we talk about health inequalities. And, we talk about data that was talked about then, and you look at the health outcomes for individuals living in certain areas of the country, of the city, the least affluent, the ones with the most challenges. Not only do they have health issues, and actually being able to share and move data around is really important, but it also makes a difference to their lives. So those individuals that start in the poorest environments, they have a shorter life expectancy, they have worse health outcomes, and their lives is pretty much stays in that state. So you'll hear lots of people talk about your life, and often your life is defined at 7 years old. Depending on where you are at that point is the rest of your life. And we're trying to make some changes to do so. So yeah, as I said, we're an independent grant maker. We collaborate with the community. We collaborate with a lot of organisations, including the council, the health sector as well. And we're a leader in working with those organisations and helping those small community organisations to be able to deliver a fairer city for everyone. And as I said, how we work is we work with those individual community organisations, because they really know what's out there and the difference to make. It's not about just handing a bit of cash to help someone buy a meal for today. And that's really important actually, because one of the things that people will say when charitable giving, it's not about feeding someone today, but it's actually creating a sustainable change. So you're better off teaching someone how to cook than give them a meal just for one day. And this for me is just a really simple statement, and it's really important around the city of Leeds, my hometown, so I'm obviously clearly proud of it. But when community organisations thrive, local people thrive, which benefits the city and benefits us in the tech sector as well. We've raised a few quid over the years, as you can see. 66 million in grants that we've given out since 2005, supporting a whole host of community organisations, and we just got to keep building on that. The actual demand and the need is getting greater, not lesser, right now. And some of the funds that we give out, we obviously have organisations applying, and we can only give to a small section of those that are really in need, and we want to try and support as many as we can. which is why I'm here to ask you to support us and to help us along the way. Little quote there you can all read. So my big ask, I've got the begging bowl actually, and I want you to all support Leeds now and in the future, and do that by supporting us at Leeds Community Foundation. So there's a number of ways that you can support us. There's obviously the QR code which takes you to our fundraising, and you can just give a donation. We have also a really good program called our membership, and as it says, it's £1,000 a year, 83 quid a month. Think about it, that much. How did I do it? Is it 83 quid? Split that into a weekly? Is that, yeah. It's about a coffee a day, isn't it, at the moment? So think the difference you can make. And not only being part of the membership and obviously giving to the organisation, but you also become part of the community and part of our organisation, where you can go and see and be part of some of the events that we also hold in order to raise funds. You can, of course, donate, and the money will go into the Leeds Fund, and that allows us to support unrestricted. We also have restricted funds, so individuals that are quite affluent will say, I want to give you some money, but it has to go on X or Y. So the Leeds Fund is an unrestricted fund, and one that we're trying to continue to build. There's another way. Tomorrow is the last day for buying tickets for the Leeds Digital Ball. The Leeds Digital Ball takes place on the 9th of May at the Armouries, and all the proceeds go to Leeds Community Foundation. Over the last 2 years, we've now raised £160,000 through the ball. So if you want to put your glad rags on and look pretty for a night, that's the place to be. And if you want tickets, get onto the Leeds Digital Ball website and get your tickets bought. And we're really welcoming individual tickets. So there's currently just over 500 people going, so you really don't want to miss out. It's a proper FOMO event. So that's really what I wanted to share. I also wanted to talk about, just really, really quickly before I finish, and give you some real life information. So I talked about the digital ball. What that is raising money for is digital inclusion. So we are trying to support individuals. We talk about access to life now. You can't actually get on a bus without having a smartphone and being connected digitally. So what we're trying to do through the Leeds Digital Inclusion Fund is raise money to give to community organisations to support those individuals that a smartphone, the internet is not second nature, and makes an absolute difference to their life and their access to their life. And you think about what the great things that's going on in health at the moment around the NHS app and all the rest of it. Imagine if technology is not your thing, and you are then excluded from even getting access to health. So that's one of the things that we're trying to do. We do lots of things. One of the ones I wanted to mention, because I think for me this one is frightening in such an affluent and successful city of Leeds, and it's the amount of individuals and the amount of children that outside of when they're on school holidays don't actually get a meal, because what they rely on is the free school meal that takes place every day. So we are part of a major program and an ongoing and sadly growing needing program called Healthy Holidays. And it's literally about giving people food when they're on school holidays, because that's the only meal that they will get. So just those little things that we're doing and hoping to make a huge difference to people's lives, a huge difference to their existence, and for them to be part of this thriving and amazing city that we all know and love. But it's quite sad that so many individuals will never even get the opportunity and will be limited to their own access to health services, to libraries, to education, and worse still, because of the path it sets you on to life choices. So I just wanted to say thanks for having me, and get your wallet out. Thanks, Dan.